Welcome to Your Money or Your Life. Nice provocative title of a seminar, I feel. For various reasons you'll find out why I think money is that important. I think this flip chart amply sums it up. Out of 500 people who are currently in work today, by the time they're 60, 480 will be dependent on friends, family, state benefits or begging to get by. 19 of that 500 will be financially independent by their definition, which means they don't have to work for a living and money does not determine their decisions. And one person will be a millionaire or something of that ilk. It's your decision which category you want to fall into. The very fact that you're here kind of stacks the deck in your favour, because the 480 wouldn't be here. They wouldn't get off their backside and get in here on a Saturday morning to actually learn how they behave and what they believe and learn new skills because they're in that comfort zone. There's an interesting law of the universe, if there are such things. The law of inertia, which is that chair, given left to its own devices, will do nothing. It'll just stay there and remain there forevermore and gradually deteriorate. And so do people. Unfortunately, don't they? The majority of the population, the 480, 95% probably of the population will never ever do anything about the financial situation. They'll moan and bitch and complain about it, but they won't actually do anything to make it any better. And I'm afraid if you're going to moan and bitch and complain about your situation, then I don't want to know. Tell somebody else who's interested. If you're going to moan and bitch and complain about your situation and work at making it better, I'll be 100% behind you, because that's my kind of person. Because no amount of me moaning and bitching and complaining made my financial situation any different whatsoever. It wasn't until I did something about it that things improved. So we're here to do something very proactive and very dynamic, if that's okay. So you're going to be doing stuff this weekend. How do you feel about this whole thing about money, though? What is it? It's an emotionally charged issue, isn't it? Money is like a kind of private subject for most people, isn't it? Somebody walked up to you in the street and said, "How much do you earn?" How would you think that's a rude question? Would you feel as if like none of your business, or would you go, "Well, actually, I earn blah blah. What do you earn?" Don't you find it's an emotionally charged issue? There's a lot of stuff behind it. It's like, a couple of things you don't talk about. One of them is your money situation. People get quite precious about it, and we're going to look at that. I talk to people all the time about money. Money is one of my pet subjects because it was my biggest challenge. One of my two biggest challenges in life up until recently has been money. And I've done all the conventional stuff. I was a financial advisor. I've done all that kind of thing. I learned more about money by talking to people like Robert Kiyosaki, Anthony Robbins, life coaches, Thomas Leonard, people who are not financial advisors. I don't know about you, but I've never met a financially independent financial advisor. I don't know any. There's a clue there. So we're going to look at that as well. We're going to show you a whole bunch of things. We're going to play some games. We're going to win some prizes. We're going to unpack and let you x-ray your own head and your own beliefs and your own behaviours around money. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. How much you share of that is entirely up to you. But it is about you discovering what's going on in there. Money is a series of behaviours and beliefs. That's all it is. And your current model of reality, the way you think reality is, has got you to where you are. Now, I don't think you'd be here if you were happy with that. Because I don't get clients don't come in and see me and go, "Jonathan, I've got a fantastic relationship, I'm really, really healthy, I've got great kids, fantastic money, fantastic house, tons of hobbies, I just love life, can you help me?" I don't get that. And if I did get that, I'd go, "How do you do that? Tell me how you do that, because I'd like to model you, because it sounds like you've got it sussed." We're going to look at how that is not necessarily the case in your world. We're going to look at your model of the world. It's like an A to Z of Glasgow. If you look at an A to Z of Glasgow, some of you were looking at an A to Z of Glasgow to get here today, you'll probably see green streets and brown buildings. And then you look out there, and yeah, okay, there's a few brown buildings, but the streets aren't green. It's not the same. The map is not the real world. Does that make sense? It's just a map. But it works. It gets you around. It gets you from A to B. So you've got a map in your head right now that gets you from A to B. You can navigate using your map. However, your map has got you to where you are today. And if you're not entirely 100% happy with that, then maybe it's time to borrow a new map. You know, because out there in the jungle there are man-eating plants, there's quicksand, there's native tribes of pygmies, and there's all sorts of hazards out there that will get you if you don't know about it. And it might be a good idea to have a map of somebody who, Indiana Jones, who's pioneered and has already gone ahead of you and avoided the man-eating plants and or got round the quicksand and got away from the natives. And you can follow in their footsteps. Does that make sense? That's where we're going. So we're going to uncover a lot of things about, you're going to cover a lot of things about you. Is that okay? Good. So let me give you the kind of big picture idea of what we're going to cover over the next 2 days. We're going to unpack your beliefs and your values about money. The software that's currently running in your head right now. What's it? Scary, scary. Well, that's a good thing. Because that will motivate you.